people out there that buy these vehicles, they want more performance out of it. And, that's where we come into play.
The guys involved, you're talking of hundreds of years of experience.
We understand the real world implications of the numbers that come off of a dyno. And Dynojet is the industry standard when it comes to making and measuring horsepower.
You can't just go to the engine and turn a knob. The ECM controls all of it, so that's why we get into there and we do what we need to do. And that's where the power vision comes into play.
We have control over boost, fuel, ignition.
Give it a little more rev limit. We can let it run cooler, all that stuff. It changes the whole dynamics of the vehicle. I can make it feel really aggressive off the bottom end if you want that, or I can make it really nice and smooth. I can change the way the whole thing feels. We have tunes on the device when you purchase it. It's literally pull it out of the box, plug it in. I want that tune, and go. Done. You don't have to touch it no more. Put it in the glove box and walk away.
Some like to keep it on the dash so they can keep an eye on how the tune is responding. We can also use it as a diagnostic and troubleshooting tool. It'll always help you make a little adjustment to make your experience better. So we'll put 3 different tunes in the ECU. A is Chuck Norris, B is stock, and C is I'm letting my 16-year-old son drive this thing around. I'm going to turn it down a little bit for him.
It's something that a lot of people like because you can have one car for the family instead of buying, a little 50 or whatever it is. It's basically a switch, active power management switch.
On-the-fly tuning while you're riding.
I had a customer tell me one time before we put our tune in the car, he had a Razor, he was loading it into his trailer, and the stock drive-by-wire system was so jerky, he ripped the fridge door out of his toy hauler. Car hit it. We loaded the tune into the car that day at Dumont, and he's like, it's the smoothest thing I've ever been. It wasn't about making the extra 30 horsepower that the car's got, even though he came back and says, man, it made it all the way to the top of Comp Hill. It never has been able to do that before. And, he's happy. He enjoyed it. He had more fun in his car now because he's not getting smoked by the next guy that's right next to him. He just enjoys the car, and that's really, it's about enjoying it.
You make more power, now you got to be able to put it down. So you do a clutch kit.
Power level, terrain, vehicle mass, tyre sizes all have a huge effect on clutching. We started to realise that the clutches weren't up to the power levels that we were attaining.
And that's why you see us in the clutch kit market. We knew there was meat left on the bone. We knew there was more potential there.
When we make a clutch with parts that can be modified.
Not every driver's the same. We give you adjustability in the kit, which a lot of manufacturers don't do. Or we sell one kit for one unit, but we give you all the components.
Yeah, what you want when you're going off a jump is a good smooth acceleration rate right off the lip. If the clutch kit isn't shifting right, you won't get that, and you'll go right over the front every time. In the sand, you really want a high engagement to get the tires spinning. You get instant back shift. You're back in that low gear that you need to make it happen. And then as you accelerate, it's a smooth upshift, and you're off and running again. And with a stock clutch kit, it's plain not going to happen. Stock clutch kit with bigger tires, don't even think about it. The Dynojet clutch kits can deliver on that. Set the transmission up the right way, and you'll be amazed at how much better it can be. It's a must-have.
It's amazing how different a rig can feel when you gain 5% horsepower across most of the power band and maybe 1% on top. Man, until you drive it and you feel what the difference is.
When your friend beats you by 10 feet, there is nothing that you won't do to get that 10 feet back next time. And that's what we do.
I take a lot of pride in the tunes and the clutches that we produce. It's a very inexpensive modification, but with a big gain.
We develop technologies, we develop products. We take what you love to do and we make it better. How much faster can it be? How much more horsepower can it be? How much smoother can it be? How much better fuel economy can you get it? It makes the experience better, plain and simple.